Maybe play higher. Whoa. No. So basically, to play that, the only 4 chords that I'm using, that's a B. So you just look for the gap between those two and put your fingers there, and then there. It's just 4 notes, or you can just play 3 notes. So here's the B. B. Dun, dun, dun. It's a B. You can also play it further up, or here, and you can play with 2 hands. So I've got the phone in one hand. So that's kind of the root note. The other 3 notes are the E, the F sharp minor, no, just an F sharp, and that's a G sharp minor. So you only have to remember 1, 2, 3, 4 chords, and you just play them with both hands. And if you want, you can learn the scale of B, which goes like this. And then you practice that with both hands, and as long as you play those notes and those chords together, it just sounds good. And that's what I've just been doing. So pretty much just practice the scale of B and the chords. And you can also, if you want, once you've learned those chords, it's good to learn the inversions of those chords. So if you move this finger up 8 notes to the corresponding black note here, instead of having your finger down there, so you just remove this finger and you basically shift yourself up the keyboard, and it's called an inversion. It's still the same notes. That sounds like a B, but you're moving up. And so you can move around and be artistic and creative in the sound. If you feel that you want it to sound higher, you can move and it sounds good. It's like singing. Sometimes you want to go higher, other times you want to go lower. Yeah, and so that's really all I'm doing. And if you practice, you kind of get to the point where you can improvise and have fun. I've been playing since about March of this year, so that's about 9 months. I can do this, and I can also do it in the scale of A, and that's about all I can do, really. So that's the scale of A. I can do it. Yeah, that's the same thing, but in a different scale. Whoops, as you can see. So yeah, it's really not that much to it. There's just some basic principles, and a bit of practice, and if you enjoy it and get something out of it, then that's the key. The other key thing to do is getting the right instrument. So when you turn on this keyboard, just wait for it to reset. So as soon as I turn it on, it chooses instrument number 1, which is the grand piano. It has a very basic sound. If you have the sustain pedal on, it will sustain the note as though I was still holding it down, like that. If you take your foot off, it's just a short sound, and you would have to hold it down to get that sound. So the pedal allows you to do that, and it will keep making the sound with your hand removed, which allows you to move somewhere else and play another sound. So it takes a bit of practice. You have to kind of put your foot down. You can see you have to move your foot. It's like driving a car. As you move your hand up and down the keyboard. It takes a little bit of practice to kind of get used to that, but once you get a practice to it, it allows you to play. Otherwise, you can't keep the sound going through between. You want it to go. So it carries the sound. It lets you play a nicer song. I didn't get a sustain pedal until about a month or 2 ago, so I've been playing for about 6 or 7 months with no pedal, just using my hands, and then I recently got a pedal and started learning that. It's good if you want it to sound nice, but yeah, just take it one step at a time. With the instruments, that's the different instruments. This thing has a couple of hundred different tunes available. There's only a few that I really like. The one I like most at the moment is 209, which is slow strings. It has a very gentle sound. And some of the sharper sounds are like the harp I was playing before. The more basic kind of piano sounds, that's the mellow piano. More gentle sound. This one is a bit harder. It has strings in the back behind it, piano pad. The one that sounded like a fart was the tuba. I won't play that. There's heaps in there. 371 is a nice pad. And yeah, there's loads and loads. You just find the ones that sound nice and you practice with those pretty much. The other cool thing that you can do with this piano, so if I want to play a song and I've memorized it like I have just now in the key of B, but I want to play along to a YouTube song and the YouTube song is not in B, it might be in the scale of like A, and maybe I haven't practiced A, you can, on this keyboard, you can use this button, function, and it's got transpose, so then you just go up and down, you go, okay, I want it to sound lower, so that's a B, you just go, okay, move it down 4 notes, it's getting deeper, then 8 notes, so it's moved all the way down, I don't know what 8 tones, I don't know what the musical term for that is, but if you only know how to play the scale of A, and you need to play a song that's in the scale of B, you can just transpose up 1 note, and so you just press up and down until it sounds, it's like matching the tone of the song, and then you can play, even if it's not in B, you can just play along in B and move your transpose until it's matched the song, and then you just play as though you were in the same key as them, and it's opens up, kind of opens up, you can play along with songs that you like if you haven't learned that key yet, or you can play along with other musicians if they've brought their guitar. You can just play in B but transpose it down until it's G. Guitar is quite difficult to play some chords. I can only play about 4 chords on a guitar.